All right, hello from Indy. Been out doing a little shopping today. Got some engine cores. Try to build. These are pretty rough ones here. Got a good deal on them, but they're really rough. We'll see. We'll see what we can pull out here. So 68, 69, 68, and 76. This is a standard block. This, I can't really read the pad. This is an HP motor, like a 12 of 68 HP motor. And then this one's a little curious. It's got the T, if I can get it to zoom. You can see the T440. It's 6T or 7T, one of the two. EHP, so it's a cast crank high performance motor and a bunch of 906 heads. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. You can just barely read that. HP, oh, I'm sorry, E440. I haven't been able to read that. This one's really a rough block. This would be, well, all of them are going to be hard to get apart. This one, but you never know. This would be one that if I am successfully get it apart, it's going to need the works. I mean, you're going to have to deck it, everything. But this would be the engine you would take and make a max performance engine out of, just because you're going to have to do so much machine work anyway. You might as well just go all in on it. And then this one is an E440. And I can't, it almost looks like there's an H right here. Let me get my thumb. Right above my thumb, it looks like there's an H. Not for sure, but I think it says HP also. So if that's the case, if that is, then they're all HP blocks. So we'll see. This one I feel really good about. Pistons are out. The bores were slathered in white lithium grease. It's still kind of greasy, so we'll take it apart last. I'm pretty sure that'd be a good one. They're all standard bore, but it's the same story. This was some guy's hoard, and he's gone. He's passed away. Family doesn't want any of this stuff. Kids aren't into cars, so you go, and they just obviously haven't been taken care of for a long time. They finally decided to get rid of them, and that seems to be the way of the hobby. I was looking at my analytics on there's a lot of talk right now about the classic car market. Is it in a crash? What's the future? We'll see. But I do have one thing to point out, and I think it's very critical to the future. And I think it tells really what's going to happen. I was looking at my analytics on my YouTube page. I only have like 530 subscribers. I'm not a big page by any means. And I discovered all these analytic things I didn't even know were there, and was just having a good time going through it. I was shocked to see that, I think 88% of my viewers are 55 or older. The remainder, whatever that comes out to, are 45 to 54. I have 0 viewers that are under age 45. Now, I'm sure there's somebody that sneaks through the cracks, but generally speaking, 100% of the people watching my videos are 45 or older. And really, that's not even fair. Really, you can say 55 or older. And I was really shocked by that. So I got to talking to a guy yesterday. And he's out of Texas, and I'm not, you know me, I don't like to drop names, but he's huge in the hobby. He and I are not friends. We're not even acquaintances. We just happened to end up talking to each other online. Really a nice guy. He's big. His thing is, he loves classic cars and all that, but they're a commodity to him. Some people are, they trade stocks and bonds. He trades classic muscle cars and 4x4 trucks. That's what he does for a living. The big stuff, the high end, and that's what he is. He's a muscle car commodity trader. And the market's changing, and he was talking about that. So I said to him, I sent him a message, and I said to him, this is what I see. I posted a thing on his YouTube page about my analytics and what I see. And he replied back that he was in discussion about that very topic today. And now this guy is the big leagues, right? He's got lots and lots of viewers. His analytics are exactly the same. Most of his viewers on average are 55 or older. And I just found that completely shocking. The younger generation are into a whole different automotive hobby than we are. And they're just not showing interest in it. So it is certainly going to change. And he was saying that he's going to have to adjust to that pretty quickly. So, there's 10 cars I've been watching since early summer that I thought would sell really quick, and they haven't sold yet. And the prices keep coming down and down and down and down. And so I think the correction is happening. I think we're in the middle of it. I'm not going to make any predictions. I've been in this hobby a very long time, and I have seen the hobby turn on a dime both directions. I've seen it crash overnight, and I've also seen it explode. The other side of it is I had a 6-pack Dodge Charger, and I sold that car. I don't remember what I sold it for. It wasn't a lot. This would have been late 90s, maybe 2000. So they weren't real expensive yet. So I sold that car, and then I got to thinking about it about 3 or 4 months later. I thought, that was probably a mistake. It really will be a valuable car. I'll hold on to it as an investment as life goes on. And I decided to buy that car back. In those 4 months, the value of that car increased 75%. I was never able to buy that back, nor will I ever be able to. It went, if it was an example, if it was a $5,000 car, in a matter of just a couple months, it was a $20,000 car. And it was more than that. It exploded. So it can go both ways. But I just think the age demographics, I just think if it kind of like the Studebaker Nationals, and then I'll quit yapping. My dad and I went to it this year. When I was younger, we went to it a lot because he always liked Studebakers. And we haven't been in many, many years. And we went last year. We hadn't been in a long time. Kind of a nostalgia thing. And it was really, I'll be honest with you, it was a sad experience. The show, the national event, there wasn't hardly anything there. And the participants are aged out. They won't be around much longer. And the Studebakers, right? How many of you watching my thing right now? Oh, no, you're wrong. Studebakers are awesome. They rock. No. Well, to a few people, they do, but to most of us, no. And I think a lot of cars are heading that way. You got to remember, there used to be some Studebakers that were pretty hot commodities. And you can't hardly get them away right now. So, for any price. So anyway, as I always say, when you're into the car hobby, you can't count the cost. You got to be into it because you enjoy it. And you got to be into it it's fun. And I'm building a bunch of motors. You know why? Because I like to. I love the hunt. I love to search them down. I love to go through the woods. I love to find them, get them, bring them home, tear them down. It's like a little treasure hunt. And to me, if every one of these blocks and every one of these parts turns out to be bad, I'm completely okay with that. Because I had fun hunting them, searching for them, finding them, going and getting them, loading them up, meeting the guy that had them. I don't count the cost. I do what I can afford within my means, and that's what I do. So anyway, all right then, guys, later.